I'm Ilya from Bitskout. In this video I wanted to show you how you can extract data from utility bills that are stored in your Sharepoint folder. Now, we're gonna use Microsoft Power Automate to do that, but the first thing that you need to do is to create a plugin called Utility Bills. You can do so by going to Templates and searching for Utility and use this template. Now, I already have created this plugin and we can use it in our flow. The first step in our flow is a trigger. So what's the event that will trigger everything running? In this case, when a file is created or modified in Sharepoint is our trigger. Now it means that once I change a file or load a new file, it will start working. So the next step is, most importantly, one thing is that you need to give a full path to a Sharepoint. So this is actually the site where the data is stored. Okay, that's the one. And then inside this site there is a library where I load lots of files. Okay. Now you need to follow the same path for your Sharepoint. Then of course there is a library. If you have a folder, then you need to specify the folder. Next step is getting the file content. It's a very important step because without it, Bitskout will not receive a file. Now you need to use the same site address and use here a variable called full path. Let me show you. So you will get dynamic content and here type the word full. So that's the one you need to select, nothing else. Now the new step is Bitskout. And we need to choose the item run plugin for a file. And here you can just type and find your plugin. And in this step in file URL, we need to type an expression called base64 brackets. And inside the brackets, put from dynamic content, file content like this and press OK. That's it. So let's save it and run a test. We need a test so we can see what's the output from the system. We need to run a manual test in this case. Press test. Okay, so now what I need to do is just rename the file and it will trigger the step. In your case, you might be needing to load the file into the folder. So as you can see, the flow is running. Okay, so let's see the output. Now, in this step, you need to copy the full output like this, the whole thing, into your clipboard, then press edit. We need to add a next step called parse JSON. Unfortunately, utility bills is not yet a direct action where you don't need to do that, and we're working on that. But for the moment, you need to add the parse JSON. In the content, select outputs from Bitskout, and in schema, create generate from sample and copy everything from a test. And that's it. This is our data. Now we can save it. And then in the next step, we can add our Excel where we can map this data in a very nice manner. Let's add a row to a table. So let's quickly select an Excel file for a test. You can select, in this step, you can select other tools, obviously. And depending, for example, as we extract the electricity bill, you can select a path. If it's electricity, go here. If it's gas, go here. That is possible with just Microsoft Power Automate. So let me choose my test. Okay, now we just need to map the fields. So let me map just 2 fields and that's it. And now we can run the test again and see whether the data appears in our Excel. You don't need to send the file once again, just run it on the previous one. And what will happen is in our Excel here, we will see our data in the first fields, but you can map, obviously you can map the rest of the fields as you wish. But yeah, this is the flow. So here it is. Well, some field probably was empty. This is the flow that you need to create in order for you to extract data from utility bills from your Sharepoint directly into your Excel. And again, as I said, you can move between different tools or you can write it in different tools. Excel here is just an example. Thanks a lot for your time.